starting to look like an old tired caveman because that's exactly what I feel like. If I happen to be doing it, and I think a lot of people would like the information, sometimes I'll publish auto repair or home repair video. And I could be doing a lot of that right now because we're in the process of flipping a house. And I'll be doing a whole lot more house flipping in the coming future. But I think I want to start a whole new channel for that, then transfer the repair and home improvement videos over to that channel, and just make this channel all about pool and billiards, although I don't think I've ever played billiards in my whole damn life. I've done a lot of stuff that I've never played. I think I was in California and I shot like three billiard shots on a billiard table, and I was like, man, I need pockets, dude. Put some pockets in this table and I'll be back. Here we are completely naked, and you should probably pause it right here and come up with some kind of plan. Let's see if you can plan out all 9 balls without the lines, and see what you do from here, and then at the end we'll compare our plans. How's that? Oh, good gravy, that looks complicated. That is scary. I quit. I ain't doing it. Yeah, why does this look so complicated this time? Usually it doesn't look this complicated. I think it's because I made the lines a little bit thinner and it looks a little more scientific. It's not as scary as it looks. Ain't no thing. Let's move on. We're going to plan it out going forward this time from the 1 through the 9. So let's look at the 1 ball line and see where we want to get on the 2. To get the right position on the 3 to easily get from the 4 to the 5. Here's the way I'm choosing to shoot the 1 ball, and to kind of understand why I'm doing that, you have to look at the big problem with this rack, and that's that 8 ball getting in the game and getting in the way of that 3 ball, and denying me the way I want to shoot that 3 ball. I would love to get straight in on that and just kind of hit a stop shot, and I'd be perfect on the 4 to get to the 5. But we have to work around this 8 ball, and there's not a whole lot of ways to do it. I'm choosing to come up on the left-hand side of this 2 ball. Now, if you choose to just roll up a couple inches and get straight in on this 2 ball, it's not a bad idea, but when see, you're splitting hairs here trying to get back on this 3 ball. If you do that, yeah, you're leaving yourself a long shot too. You'd be like right about here. If you got straight in on the 2, you don't want to draw it all the way back. You're going in, you don't want to come all the way back to this rail and bounce off it because you're going in all this traffic in one, fraction of a millimeter off angle, and you're going to come up behind that 8 ball, and there's just too many things that could go wrong with that idea. On the other hand, you could just draw back a couple inches on the 2, or even hit a stop shot on the 2, but you're going to have a pretty long shot on this 3 ball, and that's not an easy shot. I don't like it, so I'm choosing to come up to stun it out and get on. If you're looking down the 2 ball line, you're about to shoot the 2 ball. I want to come up a little back here, and you see the line I'm playing, and definitely on the left-hand side of it. I'm drawing this 2 ball hard, coming up right about here and bouncing off for a much closer shot on that 3. And the game is more in control if I do it this way. The problem is I could get snookered behind that 8 if I don't shoot it hard enough, or if I go long, I'm going to have a terrible angle on the 3 to get the right position on the 4 to get to the 5. That's where we are now. So what do we intend to do on the 4? And I'm just looking to get straight in on the 4. So I could draw back maybe a foot and shoot this 5, bounce off, get back on this 6 ball. And then instead of drawing into that 7 ball line and trying to get straight in on the 6, I'm going to leave myself an angle and use this rail to bounce off, come down, and not get on line. You don't want to be straight in on the 7 because it's going to be difficult. I was wanting to shoot that 8 ball in this corner when I first started, but I screwed this up and I screwed my plan up. But the original plan was to shoot the 8 in that corner and just come up on the left-hand side of the 7 ball, shoot it in that corner, and come 2 rails back up on the 8 ball. And just draw back, get straight in on the 8, and draw back for a straight-in shot on the 9. It just got screwed up when I shot. Everything was going perfect until I shot the 5 ball. And you'll see as this video progresses what happened from there. But let's just take it one shot at a time. Now that you know the first, don't ever just get down and shoot one shot at a time without planning the table. But, we're going to cut back to another graphic after I shoot this 1 ball. So that's the plan. Here we are. Let's go ahead and roll. Alright, let's take a look at the 2 ball line. You can see pulling it back, it's going to bend a little until the speed catches up, and then it's going to come on straight back at me. Bounce off that rail, and this is a little bit shaky because, I got to make sure I don't get snookered behind that 8 ball, which can easily happen. I put a little bit of right hand English on that draw shot to spin it a little bit further down table. So I'm insistent on getting perfect on this 3 ball, but I think I will end up drawing it back a little bit when I didn't have to. And just, I'm basically not hitting a stop shot. I'm pulling it back a little bit on the 4, but I will have the perfect angle to get from the 5 to the 6 at that point. And let's go ahead and roll it. Well done. Let's go ahead and look at the 3 ball shot line, and there it is, and everything's going smooth so far. You know the plan, Scooby. Even though I wound up drawing it straight back for some reason, I'm still not on the line. I still have a tiny bit of an angle, so I'm just hitting a draw shot here to give myself a little bit more room to get right from this 5 to the 6. But from the 5 to the 6, you're going to see me make a huge mistake and just completely let up on my stroke and get on the 50-yard line on the 6 ball. And it's not going to be pretty, but let's keep on rolling. Everything's working out perfect, so what's the problem on the 5 ball? And I really don't know. Let's go take a look. This is the plan right here, but this just didn't come anywhere near working. So let's go analyze it. Let's watch me shoot the 5 and see what I did wrong here. Well, there's what I'm left. I can tell you after watching it about 20 times that I just completely misjudged it and let up on my stroke. Just kind of took it for granted. It's like no big deal. I do this 100 times a day. I got this. It's just, I don't know. I just went and brain dead there. And now I have to shoot my way out of this. This is a very difficult shot. Making it even more difficult is that I'm stuck pretty close to that rail. Now, it's a very thin cut, and the big problem with it is Well, let's take a look at the 6-ball shot line. And you can see me coming off that rail and banging into the 8, which is going to make the original plan. This was the original plan to shoot the 6 in that corner, still same corner I'm shooting at, and come down under this 7-ball line to go 2 rails back out on the 8. That's not going to happen anymore because I can easily see that I'm going to hit the 8, but I think if I let up on it a little bit and put a little, just a hair right hand English on this to keep the angle from widening too much, I think I can just barely clip that right hand side of that 7-ball and not be distorted too much. I kind of need to power through this and just kind of take my chances on it. I mean, what else are you going to do here? You don't want to try to just do something crazy. Plus, I'm stuck on the rails. So I'm limited on the options I can take on the 8-ball anyway, or on the 6-ball. So the whole trick here is not to get discouraged and just kind of reevaluate the rest of the balls. I can tell you that the pocket we shoot this 8-ball in is going to change because we're going to hit that 8-ball. But let's see if I can get out of this. We're going to start the whole game from the beginning and play it until through the 9-ball. But before I do that, before we get to the loop back, I want to go ahead and show you the 6 and see where we wind up, and then I'll loop it back. And I hope you guys have a great weekend. Thank you for tuning in. From here on in, just kick back, kick your feet up, pour yourself a beer or a drink. And it's Friday. Let's dig on it.